Hello, all you degenerate old schoolers, and welcome back to another episode of The Orb. Tonight, we have Midwest Thrash Bash Round number 2. Stoomie takes on Noah, so it should be a good run. As per my usual, I've sprinkled in a few photos for your viewing pleasure of Thrash Bash. Again, it takes place in South Bend, Indiana. But I think I've said enough words. Let's move on to the decks. Here's a look at Noah's deck. He involved his dog in his bedroom again to take a photo of his deck. Here's a closer look, and we can see all the good cards are paired in at the top. Brown mana, a fireball, the blue draw cards, Mind Twist. There's some that we don't even get to see what they are. And then the next row down, I think we have a couple orders of the Ebb in Hand. There's definitely some dibs in there. I believe he has one Soul Canar at the end of that pile of creatures. He is running a full burn package. Psyblast, Lightning Bolts, Chain Lightnings. And then sprinkled off to the left with that myriad of dual lands, Underground Seas and Volcanic Islands. He does have 4 Sedge Trolls. He's also running 4 Strip Mine, as this is an Eternal Central format, and 4 Mishra's Factories. In his sideboard, he's got nothing but brown hate. A lot of artifact disruption, both from red and blue. He's got a couple counter spells, a disc, a Silex, a Falling Star. I love the Falling Star. And he does run City in a Bottle for the Arabian problem. So, that's a look at Noah's deck. Let's take a look at Stoomie's deck. Here's Stoomie's build. You can go full proxy here. Whatever cards you don't have and have always wanted to play with, you can just print up and show up to the tournament and have fun slinging some old school cards. I like that. I also like that Stoomie is walking around with some big balls and he's like, we're just going to go all black, all in. It's black, brown, or colorless, and that's it. And we can see he's got all in on the Knights. 4 Orders of the Ebb in Hand, 4 Black Knight, 4 Hippies, because they're really good. 3 Juzy Gens, just in case the game takes too long. 4 Dark Grits to power all that muscle mass out. 3 Paralyze, a playset of Sinkholes, and a playset of Hymns. Some of the most famous black cards just jammed into a deck. 2 Drain Lives, 1 Bad Moon, a Mind Twist, a DT, some of the brown Speed Me Ups. And then in the sideboard, he's got Discs, Glooms, Unholy Strength, I love it, some Tears, also love the Royal Assassin. Because when you think of classic black, Royal Assassin's on the list. Royal was so good when you were a kid playing Magic. It was just like unstoppable. And then people found Lightning Bolts were good too. So Stoomie's also running an Icy Manipulator. And if you look down there in the bottom right, turn sideways, we can see 2 eyes in the blackness staring back at us. A word of command. I love it. I love it. I love it. Let's move on to game number 1. And here we go with Thrash Bash Round 2, game number 1. Stoomie won the beard growing competition, so he chose to play. He's on top. He did have to take a mulligan, so he sent one back. Starts with 6 in hand, fires down a Swamp. Oh, look at this. Noah immediately throws down a Loa. The one equalizer to the library is the 4 strip format. There's one of them. Loa down immediately. Stoomie has the answer. Also has a jet. Look at him accelerate. See if he can do something with that 2 black mana. Mono Black Deck's Dream. DT, Demonic Tutor. He's going to go find his favorite fucking card in his deck and slam it into his hand. Yeah, staring down the Mind Twist. You can see he's got 2 Juzoms in hand, though. Oh, man. And a sinkhole. Yeah, there's got to be a bit of a precedent here to rip a Lotus or a Dark Ritual. Power out one of those Juzoms and see if 4 turns from now you can call it a day. Passes to Noah. He finds, a shit ton of brown mana and a Mishra's Factory. That's a Soul Ring with, I believe, the St. Louis flag on it. And taps 3 to force down a Dib. So he goes from having no land in play to a Soul Ring, a Sapphire, and a Jet. With a Factory and a Dib out, that's not a bad go of a turn. Let's see if we're going to find out what Stoomie went and picked up with his Demonic Tutor. One thing I do know is Juzam beats Saren Dib pretty much in every fight they get in. So he cracks the Lotus, slams down a Juzam Jin. So we have a bit of a Jin battle going on. People will be losing 1 life per upkeep. Right now they're both on 20 still. Stewie finds a second swamp and attacks the mana base of Noah, sending that Factory straight to the bin with a Sinkhole. And Noah says, no big deal. I have another Factory. Here it is. Slams it down and sends in his Dib for 3. Stoomie drops to 17. Noah's tapping 4 for a disc. So that's one way to make Juzam disappear. These boys have the shakes. Stoomie answers another land. That's 3 of Noah's lands straight to the bin. Strip mine. Followed by a Hem. Wow. This is like he's stomping on his foot and punching him in the gut at the same time. What are friends for? Noah throws to the bin. Some cards I don't really recognize. Might have been a Pokemon card. Possibly Yu-Gi-Oh! It's probably just a doodled up Magic card, which I love. And Dib's turning sideways. He forces down a Sedge Troll. It's only a 2/2 troll. I believe he has a Volcanic in play. But he can regenerate. Noah does have the Mox Jet up. I mean, yeah, and now he's got a blocker for the Juzam. So this game is kind of hauling by. Juzam Jin in, and then, yeah, immediate regeneration from the Sedge Troll. Oh, second Juzam Jin, so that's a real card. The problem is he's probably going to be taking something like 5 a turn. That Dib flying in through the air and then 2 getting pinged off from the Juzam, and he's only going to be really dealing 5 because Noah's got the blocker, the troll. So yeah, Stoomie drops to 9, going to 7 in his upkeep. That's tough. Noah's still on 13, and right now that 6 life makes a huge difference. But look at this, he's taking 5, dropping to 8. Stoomie shows up with, look at that, a Black Knight, and strips out Noah's last land. These 4-strip games are so brutal. I love playing them. Yeah, Noah takes a ping damage in his upkeep from his Dib. Sends the Dib in. Stoomie drops to 4. This is dangerous as he's going to go to 2 in his upkeep. Noah doesn't have a red source though. If he did, I'd be betting on a Lightning Bolt or a Chain to come across the board. Oh, Stoomie doesn't draw an answer, and Noah's going to get him next turn. So that was game number 1. Serendib beats out Juzy Jin. These two are going to swap out some cards, and we'll take a look at game number 2. So here we go with game number 2. In the race to 20 last game, Noah won the sprint with 1 dib in the air and 1 blocker for Juzy. Stoomie was making big moves. Look at this. Noah showing back up with the brown mana, forcing down a Sedge Troll. He is naked, running in the dark at only 2/2. But I think Noah knows that he only saw mono black. I don't think he has to worry about a big bolt here. Stoomie showing up, attacking the hand of Noah, taking 2. At least one of those is a Badlands. I can't really see what the other one is. But he does show up with an Underground Sea, so Stoomie's taking 3 to the face, dropping to 17. First blood is out on turn number 2 for Noah. Followed by a City in a Bottle. And a 2/1 Order of the Ebon Hand. What a pump night. Stoomie finds his 3rd black mana source. Those Sedge Trolls are getting to be quite the thorn in his side. Tapping 2. Looks like he drops a Pump Knight of his own. Probably a good idea. Because again, well, let's see what Noah's up to. He's tapping things. Moving land around, and yeah, Pump Knight dead. Sonic Blast, 4 damage to that 1 toughness. Noah drops 18, but he comes stabbing in for 5 damage. Drops Stoomie down to 17, so Stoomie's on another clock here. Does get a blocker out. Black Knight. Noah shows up with the Strip Mine, strips out one of Stoomie's swamps. And Stoomie just takes 3 from the Sedge Troll. So he drops to 9. Noah's on 18. Stoomie's got a lot of work cut out ahead of him. And really, those Juzy Jins are getting to be dangerous at this point in the game. He doesn't want to lose the 1 per turn. He shows up with another Black Knight. Noah's jamming in again with the Sedge Troll. Oh. Yeah, double block, followed by a bolt. Stoomie's Black Knights were not long for this world. 1 died by lightning. He needs an answer quick, because he's staring at another 5. Dark Grit. Ooh, Drain Life. So he eats up the Pump Knight. But Noah still had 2 black mana sources open. Sedge Troll smashing in again. Stoomie's down to 7. Plays out a Hippie. So Noah doesn't have any cards in hand. Hippie's not a real big deal when that happens. Hippie does block Sedge Troll and goes straight to the bin. They're counting up how many times he can regenerate the Sedge Troll. Yeah, Sinkhole. To one of Noah's lands, but that Sedge Troll is still just smashing in. Oh, look at this. Demonic Tutor. Stoomie's on 4 life. There's 3 mana open, and there's 3 Psyblast left in the deck. There it is. Gnar at the bar. Psyblast. 4 damage. That's game. Noah takes it down 2-0. As always, thanks for watching The Orb.